situation going on with Trump and in Gaza and whatnot right now. Very interesting stuff going on. Very, very interesting stuff. So I can't wait to, hear what Trump's doing with his peace deal. This would be war number 8 that Donald J. Trump has ended. But we'll wait for some people to join in. We'll wait for some of you guys to join in. Then we can talk. We can discuss about whatever you guys like. But it's definitely going to be pretty interesting. I guess Trump has ended 8 wars so far. 8 wars. 8 wars. Also, we have a couple people that I want to, debate with, collab with, but they just need to be patient with me, and then we're going to make it happen. But specifically the liberals, they need to be patient with me. There's a lot of people I want to debate first. There's a lot of people I want to have discussions with first, and there's a lot of people I want to, get responses from first. I'm still waiting why, Owen can't respond to me yet. I was in a stream, he can't respond, huh? But I guarantee he'll respond, within the next week or two, because we're going to make more videos discussing the topic. But I'm mostly here to, react to this whole situation going on right now. Trump and Netanyahu announces Gaza peace plan. We're waiting on Hamas to agree. We already know that they're not going to agree. And I already know so many people out there screaming at the top of their lungs, debate me about Israel. There's nothing into the debate about. They don't care about debating or having political discussions. The only thing they want to scream at the top of their lungs is about their Palestine derangement syndrome. Free Palestine is not about freeing Palestine. It's a freaking cult. I don't know what else to tell you. It's not actually about, helping the Palestinians. I mean, that's a whole nother thing, though. Let's wait for some people to get in here. We can sit, discuss, we can talk. 1 hour ago, Trump and Netanyahu met, so we can discuss that. Let's see if we can get some people joining in first. Hello, Mr. Dirty Money. How are you doing? As you guys can see, you already know what's going on. Why would I disavow one of our allies to support radical Islam? No one seems to be able to give me an answer to that whatsoever. Not to mention Israel is the protector of many of our Christian artifacts. Hold on, my throat. Mondays are slow news days. Not always. This is pretty big news. Democrats think insults are going to help them. Yeah, no kidding. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. But slap that like button, guys. Slap that like button, and we can get into it. We're going to review this slowly by slowly. I know a lot of, radical leftists, even some radical people on the right, are going to be getting mad. I think Free Palestine is not actually about freeing Palestine or stopping war. More and more, I'm starting to believe it's a cult to radicalize people, because it's something both the far right and the far left can get behind, which is, actually very strange and demented. Democrats only know lame insults. They have zero original thoughts. Yep, seems pretty accurate to me. Trump is about to end his 8th war if he ends, the war between Palestine and Israel. We'll see what happens. He's ended 7 wars so far, which is fantastic. Bush didn't do that, Obama didn't do that, and Biden didn't do that. But smash that like and subscribe button, guys. We can talk about anything you guys want, but if I already made like 20, 30 videos about it, you didn't have to delete them, Dirty Money. You could have let them stay, but if they want me to talk about that, they gotta drop a damn super chat. We've already talked about freaking Epstein for 100 episodes now. Let's go! All my MAGA out there, slap that like and subscribe button. Slap that like and subscribe button. Slap that like and subscribe button. It must be refreshing to some of the people out there to come onto this channel and see that, this is not a Destiny supporting channel. A lot of people out there, especially the leftist YouTubers, the liberal YouTubers, They're literally talking about, you want me to debate you? Who are you? You have a nice profile picture, I think. I don't know, I can barely see it. But sure, I can debate you. Let's debate about gun control. Let's debate about immigration. Let's debate about, how we should have closed borders, not open borders. I'd love to debate you on that if you'd like. But only if you have like an hour or more of time to, dedicate towards this debate and discussion. But here, let me send you the link right now to the Discord so you can come in and debate. Hey guys, still alive. That's great to hear. Free Palestine is actually not even about freeing Palestine. Once again, this is just my personal opinion. I think it's a cult, to radicalize people into, violence. It's horrible. It's horrific. By the way, ICE has never attacked U.S. citizens. Hey, thank you, Maximum Leverage. I appreciate that. If you have any comments, questions, anything you want to talk about, you can drop some super chats. I really appreciate that, guys. It's Monday. I really appreciate any of the support. Who do you despise, Bill? I mean, you look pretty radical to me, man. I'm not trying to judge people based on their appearance, but... Is it possible to be a Republican and dislike Trump? Oh, absolutely, good sir. If you're on the conservative side and you dislike Trump, that's 1,000 times, fine for me. Trump is already president. We don't really need you to support him any longer because, like I said, he's already president. So if you don't like him, that doesn't really change anything. But if you're a conservative, that can definitely help us in, local elections, governor elections, congressional, whatever decisions of your support, whatever. Orange lives do matter. All lives matter. I believe the Free Palestine people aren't really about freeing Palestine. It's most of these people that are in this organization aren't even freaking Palestinian. They're about radicalizing left people on the left and people on the right, which I've noticed that they are, trying to pursue violence and protesting in the streets. But free the world. Hold on one second, guys. I had to pop my Zen out, but there we go. Smash that like and subscribe button. If anyone has any comments, questions, topics, anything they want to talk about, I'm up for it. If you want to debate, you can join the Discord right there. There's a link for the Discord. Smash that like and subscribe button. And let me know what you guys are thinking out there. It is Monday, so it's important for you guys to show your love and appreciation and support. So if you want to support, you can join the membership. But also smash that like button. Let's get to 50 likes. Smash that like button, guys. Where is your green face? What are you talking about, green face? You mean my orange face? I am Charlie Kirk. You're Charlie Kirk. But you know what's disgusting? The disgusting thing is when people like Destiny go online and they say, oh, if Charlie Kirk wanted to be still alive, we shouldn't have had Trump for a second term. That is disgusting. That is truly despicable. I despise those kinds of people. I do not like those kinds of people. They need to, seek redemption with Christ and with God. It's horrific what they say about that man, Charlie Kirk. Palestine does not exist. It does not exist. It's not on the map. Take a look at the map, guys. Take a look at the map. But smash that like and subscribe button. If you guys have any questions, comments, anything you'd like to talk about, just drop some super chats. I'm open ears for it. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. I mean, I'm pretty sure that Palestine has let's look it up. Has Palestine rejected statehood in the past? This would be an interesting question. Has Palestine rejected statehood in the past? Yes, Palestinian leaders in Arab states have rejected multiple proposals for statehood over the last century. I see 1, I see 2, I see 3, I see 4, I see 5, and I see 6. They've rejected 6 attempts at statehood in the last, let me see how many years. in the last century. Why has Palestine rejected 6 times of getting statehood? I wonder why. That's very curious. I said if you want to debate, join the Discord and we can set it up, man. But I'm just wondering, why has Palestine rejected 6 times the opportunity to join statehood? Does anyone have any answers? Does anyone have any? No, they had the choice. They had over 6 opportunities. I've asked in the Discord in the last 2 hours, who wants to debate? Who wants to debate? Just message me. If you're banned from the Discord, that is for violating the rules and the regulations. There's a clear box where it says rules. Because it's occupied, I'm talking about before the Gaza war. This is over the last century. I'm not getting a single answer to this. Why has Gaza rejected statehood 6 times? Any answers out there? Any answers out there? Are we just all radicalized right now? Why has Palestine rejected statehood 6 times? 6 times. I really don't understand it. I really believe, free Palestine and the people screaming at the top of their lungs for statehood are just radicalized people. I'm not saying I definitely want to end this war. I'm not against the Palestinians in any way whatsoever. I would like to end this war. I would like to, tone down any money given for war. Absolutely. I think that's horrific. We should not be, funding this whole situation going on. But the bigger problem right now is that we're giving $220 billion to Ukraine, and nobody wants to talk about that. They all want to scream at the top of their lungs because they've been radicalized for the Free Palestine movement. Gavin Newsom for 2018. We're way past 2018 right now. Smash that like and subscribe button. $22 billion to Israel during this war. $220 billion to Ukraine over the last 3 years. Since 1944, we've given Israel $220 billion. Since 2021, 2022, we've given Ukraine $220 billion. Does no one see an issue right now? Does no one see an issue with that? Does seriously no one see an issue with that? Do you not see an issue with giving $220 billion to Ukraine? You don't see an issue with that? I can do that, J Money, for a super chat. If you guys have any questions, comments, anything you guys want to talk about, anything you want me to read out loud, anything you want me to discuss, just drop some super chats. Hell, I would do 300 to 400 push-ups just to show you MAGA masculinity for a $20 super chat. Hey, J Money, it's Monday. It's almost the end of the month. If you guys want to support the channel, it's now or never. I'm live streaming right now, so I'll check the Discord when I'm done. I still do traveling videos here and there. But yeah, smash that like button. Let's get to 50 likes. I've done 160 push-ups live on the stream. I'll do 300 to 400 for a $20 super chat right here, right now. But here, guys, should we watch the Trump Netanyahu thing? Let's see what you guys think. Let's watch some of this. Let's see what you guys think, huh?
The other countries, which is the only way this whole situation gets solved. And I'm not just talking about Gaza. Gaza is one thing, but we're talking about much beyond Gaza.
I'm giving you guys entertainment.
The whole deal, everything getting solved. It's called peace in the Middle East.
It's called peace in the Middle East. Trump has ended 8 wars.
Is a historic day for peace.
8 damn
Prime Minister
wars.
Netanyahu and I have just concluded an important meeting on many vital issues, including Iran, trade, the expansion of the Abraham Accords, and most importantly, we discussed how to end the war in Gaza, but
Hamas will never agree to this. Hamas will never end that damn war. That's the issue here.
And let's call it eternal peace in the Middle East.
Eternal peace in the Middle East. Thank you, Donald J. Trump,
far more than anybody
for
expected,
ending 8 wars. 8 wars, Trump.
The nations.
8 wars. Just imagine if Trump has ended 8 wars now. How many wars can Trump end in his total term? Can he end 50 maybe? Can he end every single freaking global conflict around the world? Maybe Trump could if he ends 8 wars and he still has 3.5 years to go. Maybe Trump could end every single freaking war. Maybe he can make world peace. Maybe he can get 10 Nobel Peace Prizes. I'm just genuinely curious. But smash that like and subscribe button. If you guys have anything you want me to read out loud, we got 400 people in here. Smash that like and subscribe button. Trump ended 8 wars. This is actually going to technically count as the 8th war. If you want me to name the wars, I've done it in several videos before. I'm not going to sit here and name them all again, but if you want me to, we can. Easily. It's very easy to do. Anyone can do it. In fact, you can do it. But if you want me to name the 8 wars Trump has ended, just drop a super chat or you can look into it yourself. But the reason I'm not going to tell you is because I've already told you guys before and you don't believe me because you don't like Trump. It's very simple. If you guys have any comments, questions, here's a great example. He literally made the leaders of Armenia and Azerbaijan come to the White House, shake hands, and sign a peace deal in front of the entire country. And you guys want to say that Trump hasn't ended a single war? Hasn't ended a single war? Are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me right now? Democrats are trying to discredit Donald J. Trump. He is doing the right thing. Reminder though, not all Democrats are demons, just the ones that threaten violence, political violence, and praise Charlie Kirk's death. That is disgusting. Okay, we've acknowledged that's one. There's multiple other wars that we can talk about. Oh, here we go. He hasn't ended shit. Okay, that's your opinion, Mr. Radical Leftist Democrat. I mean, what do you think? Do I think Trump is right? What do you think? What do you think by this? He's ended 7 so far, technically, yes, but we're on the reach for 8. We're on the reach for 8 right now with Gaza and Israel, but Hamas probably isn't gonna agree to a ceasefire. They probably aren't going to agree to a ceasefire. Very, very simple, but Hamas is a terrorist organization. Why would they agree to a ceasefire? Hold on, guys, 1 second. Let me turn on my do not disturb. Okay, there we go. Just in case someone tries to call me or something. Trump wasn't even president during the Ukraine war, so I don't know what you're talking about. Joe Biden ignored all the issues that were happening in the world. He ignored the Palestine-Gaza, situation. He just continued to. You guys are claiming that Trump did something bad. Are we going to talk about how Biden, basically funded the entire Gaza-Israel war? We're not going to talk about that. You're just going to hate on Trump. Love Trump in Scotland. Man, I know Scotland loves Trump. We got, people all around the world that love Donald J. Trump, especially in Scotland, especially. It's nice that a YouTuber lets the developmentally disabled have streams. No, I'm completely developed. I'm very intelligent, actually. If you want to come on here and if you think you're smarter than me, I mean, you're in Canada, so I don't know about that one. But if you want to come on stream and kind of debate with me, discuss with me, I mean, I can prove you wrong in multiple aspects. But Trump has ended 7 wars. But instead of worrying about Trump, how about in Canada you worry about a mass illegal immigration pouring into your country and your country being taken over? Canadians are now minorities in their own country. All their welfare benefits, the Canadian society is collapsing, very unfortunately. I went there last December, and it's not what it used to be, guys. It used to be a great place to go, but now it has been invaded by illegal immigrants. They pretty much let any kind of illegal immigrant into their country, and as long as they get a job, apply for a factory, a diploma mill, a factory diploma mill, like one of these fake universities that are like a couple $1,000, they let them into the country. And they say, oh, we're not going to deport you. When you are winning. Hey, ask another question within answering yours. Well, your spelling is horrible there, but I really appreciate that super chat, Scott. It was probably just an accident on your typing and whatnot. But Trump is doing a fantastic job. Thank God America is not going in the direction of Canada. Praise the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, because holy cow, if we were going in the direction of Canada, listen, I love my Canadians out there. Hey, I appreciate you, Scott, man. It's okay. I don't know what kind of question you want me to ask or what you want me to talk about, but I appreciate you, Scott. It's okay, man. Don't worry about the spelling. I'm not like one of these Democrats that's going to scream at the top of their lungs, oh, you're not smart because you made a spelling mistake. I mean, that is freaking ridiculous, man. This is not MLA college format essays. This is YouTube. This is the internet. This is social media. If you make a freaking spelling mistake, who cares? But I'm just saying, it was a little bit hard to read, but no question, just rooting you on, Young. Thank you, man. I appreciate you a lot. Appreciate all the support, all the comments. Smash that like and subscribe button. Hell yeah, I'm going to keep going, man. I love all of you guys. Even if you're leaving me a negative, a hateful, threatening comment, hey, man, I appreciate you for watching. I'm not trying to, piss anyone off. I'm just trying to share the facts and the news of everything going on right now. But smash that like and subscribe button. If you guys have any questions, any comments, anything you want to talk about, just drop some super chats. The chat is scared to debate. Why is the Democrat Party, pushing people apart? They don't want them to have discussions or debates anymore. I'm very, very confused about that part. I thought as Americans we were supposed to have a debate and discourse. I thought we were supposed to have debate and discourse. It seems like some people are, worried or don't want us to debate at all. There's a Discord link if you guys want to join. I'm still waiting for you to join the Discord, Safety Narc. Aren't you Canadian as well, Mr. Safety? We're almost at 50 likes, guys. Smash that like button. Crazy people don't like nice people. That's 100% correct. No matter how nice I am to these Democrats, no matter how calm, the only thing they care about is, stroking their ego and their God complex and thinking that they're smarter than everyone and they know everything and they can't be proven wrong, etc., etc. A lot of people have, shown my mistakes I've made in debates. A lot of people have, done different things. I've been wrong about stuff before in the past. I'm not afraid to admit it, but the Democrats will never say that they're wrong about anything. Most of them. Smash that like and subscribe button. If you don't like immigrants, you're probably, extremely far right. All I gotta say is I don't really like people that are extremely far right. I don't like radical people on the right, and I don't like radical people on the left. I am a moderate conservative. I do not appreciate anyone that's been radicalized. Trump he's about to end his 8th war. And, I would actually prefer if Trump could end maybe 9 or 10 wars by the end of this year. We still got, a couple more months of the year left. We still got about three months left of the year. So, that's going to be fantastic. But, I'm just trying to get out there and debate, discuss. I'm Charlie Kirk, you're Charlie Kirk, we're all Charlie Kirk. Now, how would you people feel if you passed away or one of your family members passed away and people were being disrespectful to your family, your friends that passed away, etc., etc.? That's exactly what you guys are doing to, Charlie Kirk and his friends and his family. You're harassing him. You're inciting political violence on social media. That is disgusting, radical behavior of the left wing. And I know there's some influencers out there like Nick. He's a radical right person. He's, done many, things that are very wrong, and I don't agree with him whatsoever. I condemn that kind of behavior. I think we should come together as a country, but I'm still waiting for the Democrats to tell me how we can do so. I've had my own ideas about, coming together and debate with discourse and also coming together with religion and a bunch of different things, but that's just my opinion. It's like the Democrats don't want to debate. They're scared of debating. They're scared of debating. Europe needs help. Europe needs help. Canada needs help. All these places that are pushing mass illegal immigration, they need help. The United Nations is literally trying to, basically the United Nations are globalist. They are trying to push illegal immigrants into any country whatsoever, and they're trying to get every single country to allow, mass illegal immigration. They did it under Joe Biden. They gave people with the United Nations money. They transported people around the United States. They gave them debit cards to feed themselves, to stay in the country as long as possible. I wonder why they're trying to, I'm not even going to say what they're trying to do. You can use your own thoughts and think, why are they trying to put all these illegal immigrants in all these countries? Why are they trying to flood Europe with illegal immigrants? Why are they, if these people are so good, why don't they, why don't they work on fixing their own country and building it up? I understand there's catastrophe, disasters, there's war in other countries, but, they should, if they're so proud of their country, if they want to fly the flags of their country, then maybe they should, work on fixing their own country up a bit. If you really believe in your country, if you really believe in your nationality, you should work towards, fixing your country and making it what you want it for future generations, if you really cared that much about it. That's just my thought process about it. Part of the reason I think that the United Nations is doing that is to replace the native workers and to get cheaper labor, because everyone knows illegal immigrants. Illegal immigrants, they are not making the same salaries as local American citizens or local Canadian citizens or local European citizens. This is all about pushing the New World Order. Why insult other nations? What did I say about insulting them? By saying they should better their country and better their nations? That's insulting them? I'm sorry, I didn't realize that. Did not realize, telling people that they should improve their own country is insulting them. Did not realize that. My apologies then. Smash that like and subscribe button. If you guys have any comments, any questions, anything you'd like to talk about, drop some super chats. We're here to talk. We're here to discuss. I think abortion is a heinous act, and it's not something I really support, but I do support the federal law when it comes to it. I think it should be left up to the states. But one thing I will say for all the radical leftists out there, I do not support any state that is prosecuting people for going to other states for getting their abortions, because I do realize, if you want to go to another state, it should be allowed, because people will do this regardless. They should be doing it safe, but at the same thing, in a moral perspective, it's not something I support at all, unless you are a victim of some kind of grape or a thing like that. Then maybe I can understand it. But just simply unaliving your baby because you don't want it, that's not something I really agree with. But if you guys have any other questions, anything you want to talk about, any points you want to make, we can talk about it. We can discuss about it. Just drop some super chats. I'm here for it. Excuse me. Should we play some more of Trump and Netanyahu's Gaza peace plan? What do you guys think about Trump and Netanyahu's Gaza peace plans? Are there any people that are against this peace plan? Maybe some of the cult members from the Free Palestine movement?
In the Middle East and surrounding Israel and neighbors of Israel has been incredible. Every single one of them. This afternoon, after extensive consultation with our friends and partners throughout the region, I'm formally releasing our principles for peace, which people have really liked, I must say.
If you want me to answer some real questions, drop some real super chats. I'm fully open for whatever questions you guys can ask.
In total consideration and working with the nations that we're talking about. All of these nations have made contributions to those suggestions. I want to thank the leaders of many Arab and Muslim nations for their tremendous support.
I appreciate you, Jude.
The proposal, along with many of our allies in Europe. Europe has been very much involved, and as I was called by many of the European
Trump
leaders,
has never been charged with grapes, so that's just another fake accusation from the radical left.
Peace in the Middle East, this is the most incredible thing we've heard. Some think it's the biggest thing they've ever heard. They called just to find out, was it just a rumor or is it actually done? And then they said, have you spoken to the Arab leaders? Have you spoken to all of the other leaders?
Once again, why did Palestine reject statehood 6 times? Still no answers from the radical left about why Palestine rejected statehood 6 times. But once again, they want to support a cult, the Free Palestine cult, which isn't even about freeing Palestine. It's about radicalizing and, doing violent protests all through the country and destabilizing the government, but no one wants to talk about that. None of these people know anything about Palestinians' values. None of these people know anything about the history of Palestine, and none of these people can tell me why Palestine rejected statehood 6 times. It's very simple. Well, let's get to 100 likes now, guys. Smash that like and subscribe button. If you guys have any questions, comments, I'm all up for it. I do believe in, freeing Palestine from Hamas and ending this war 100%. I do believe in ending this war. I do believe in ending all the wars, like Trump has been ending, 7 wars so far. That's an interesting, thing that's going on right now with Trump ending all these wars. Hopefully he can end the Russian-Ukraine war if he, supplies more weapons to Ukraine. I'm not really for that. But then again, we're probably going to end up doing that. A lot of anti-Semitic people in these comment sections. He ended 7 wars. Even when I tell you guys, you just ignore it. Literally, someone commented every single one of the 7 wars and you guys just ignored it. You didn't validate it whatsoever. Luckily, Trump doesn't need your validation to continue to end the wars. The reason I cover the can like that is because I'm not giving free promo to these energy drink companies. Should we deport U.S. Army birthright soldiers? Are you talking about birthright citizenship? First off, if you join the Army for long enough, you can get citizenship through that way. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but you can get citizenship through joining the military. I'm pretty much 99% sure on that, but let me, just fact check that really quickly. But yeah, so even if you had birthright citizenship and you were a veteran, you would still be able to have citizenship. But, I guess you don't really know that. Let's look it up. Let's ask Google. Let's ask Google. Can you get U.S. citizenship through joining the Army? But if your main question is asking if I support getting rid of birthright citizenship, the answer is, I don't really care which way it goes, which way or not. But, if they did get rid of it, I'll support them on that. It's not really a topic that I'm too passionate about it. Yes, if you join, there's nationalization through military service. That's the quickest way to become a United States citizen, by joining the military. If you've joined and served at least 1 year honorably in the U.S. Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Space Force, or Coast Guard, demonstrate moral good character, pass the English and civics test, take the oath of allegiance, you can get U.S. citizenship. So if your question was, what if birthright citizenship, revokes, U.S. Army veteran citizenship? Well, I just told you it wouldn't, because you can get citizenship through, serving this country and serving the military. So that's really a weird hypothetical question. But if you guys have any other questions, any other comments you want to make, I'm fully up to answer it. That was an interesting question, but yes, you can get citizenship through joining the military. It's one of the fastest ways, I believe, to get citizenship in the United States of America. You can, like I said, you can join pretty much any branch of, service, and you can get citizenship in this country. It is fantastic. It doesn't matter if I tell them what wars ended. They reject it. We literally had the presidents of Armenia and Azerbaijan sign a peace treaty. Both of them, one of them was on one side of Trump, the other was on the other side of Trump, and Trump made them shake hands and sign a peace deal. And these people are still screaming out the top of their lungs, Trump didn't end any war. Are you kidding me? That's just complete Trump derangement syndrome. That is not facts. That is not facts. We can debate. If you want to debate if Trump ended any wars, yeah, we can debate this, because he's ended several wars. And the evidence just keeps going and going and going. It's not about you believing if Trump actually ended any wars. It's about the Democrat Party discrediting President Trump. They don't care if this man ends cancer or not. They're still going to say, oh, we have a right to die from cancer. Oh, we have a right for this or that. Preventing cancer for people is racist. All this bullshit that they would say. That is just Trump derangement syndrome. We've seen Trump derangement syndrome firsthand. We already know what kind of effects they have from taking different medications. Now, we already know what kind of medication they recently talked about online that Trump talked about. Now we have people taking handfuls of this stuff and ending up in the hospital on life support because they don't want to take the health secretary's advice or Donald Trump's advice on what medications are healthy or not healthy. That is insanity. That is insanity. But we're almost to 100 likes, so keep smashing that like and subscribe button. We've already talked about abortion. If you want me to go more in depth about that, we can. Just drop a super chat. I'm all up for it. No, he never said that, and he wouldn't say that. But smash that like and subscribe button. Smash that like and subscribe button, fellas. But yeah, where was I? Where was I going? Yeah, the fastest way, one of the fastest way. People say, "Oh, how can I come to this country? It's too hard to come in. It's too hard to come in legally. Why are all these people either not getting a work visa, which you can get a work visa, in 35, 45 days and enter the country legally, or why aren't people joining the military? Then you can get permanent citizenship." I don't understand the problem here. They're screaming at the top of their lungs, we need to let illegal immigrants roam around in this country for absolutely no reason when they've already committed one federal crime. What's going to stop them from committing more federal crimes? They already show they don't care for the law. They don't care for the federal law. And if these people were not poor, impoverished people looking for a better life that had no money, then, if they were skilled workers, they wouldn't be, as you guys would say, poor, impoverished people looking for a better life coming to this country. If they were skilled workers, they would come in through the legal route. Most people that come into this country are unskilled workers with no education. I'm not saying if they want to come here legally, they can. It really doesn't matter if you're a skilled worker or not. If you come here legally, you can come here legally. But most people that are coming into this country are unskilled workers. Save Europe, 100%. Everywhere in the EU is completely being ruined right now. They're pushing mass illegal immigration. They're going to push digital IDs in the UK. That way they can control you leaving the country, what you purchase. They can have more control over what you do. That way, if you ever do succeed in life and get any money to your name, you can't just leave out of the system of the United Kingdom. You can't just leave and drop your citizenship and move to another country. You'll try to hop on another plane with your digital ID, and the United Kingdom will say, no, sir, we've seen your search history. You're looking to buy other houses in other countries and move away. No, you got to stay here in our tax system and pay for these illegal immigrants' welfare and their benefits. You're not escaping our system anytime soon. That's exactly what they want to push. 8,000 people last year got arrested for their post on social media in the UK. 8,000 people. You don't have a problem with that? I think it was a year or two ago, 4,000 were arrested. Now this year it's 8,000 people have been arrested for their post on social media. Someone was arrested for talking about that they like bacon and they like to eat bacon. Why were they arrested for that? Can anyone from the UK tell me? I think 3,400 was last year. I heard it's 8,000 this year. I think it's 8,000 this year, but we can look it up. We can look into these numbers. That is the UK, but I think it's important considering the United Nations is the one that's pushing these things around the world. I think it's important to talk about other countries as well and how they operate. But smash that like button. If you guys have any comments, any questions, anything you want to talk about, drop some super chats. Saying that someone's naive or saying that they're lying or saying they're wrong doesn't actually prove a point. If you want to prove me, bro, what the fuck is the UK doing? Sorry about the language, but I don't know, brother. Go ask Keir Starmer. He lied to Donald Trump's face and said that they're allowing freedom of speech. You won't get arrested for something you post on social media. No, that's very wrong. You will get arrested. Oh, excuse me. If you're in the UK and you talk about how you don't want illegal immigrants flooding into your country on social media, on Facebook, they will come and arrest you, likely. It's very, offensive. And I'm just happy that the United States is going in the opposite direction of the UK. We're going in the opposite direction of Canada. We're going towards more and more freedom for the people, less taxation, less control of the government, less overall government regulations. The liberals will cry at the top of their lungs, oh, Trump is taking away government regulations. Yeah, we keep adding new laws every single year. What do you think is going to happen to society if we keep adding more and more useless laws and regulations every single year? What do you think is going to happen to society and business if we keep adding more useless regulations and we're adding new laws every single year and we're not, one single time ever removing any laws? And it's just ridiculous. The only laws they ever remove are Trump's laws for stopping illegal immigration. And that's whenever a Democrat president comes into office. You cannot be a Democrat and believe in open borders, because as we've seen over the last 2 or 3 decades, Democratic leaders do not support stopping illegal immigration. They might deport some of them just to make some conservative people happy, but they're not going to close those borders. They might deport 1 million people like Joe Biden did, but then they're going to let 20 million illegal immigrants come in. They might deport 3 million people, and 80% of them, like under Obama, might not get due process, which due process to the radical leftists is an immigration hearing. 3 million people Barack Obama deported. 80% of them did not get an immigration hearing because they used federal laws, which was due process. Obama rightfully did this using federal laws that we have. But he still let, millions and millions more people come in than he ever deported. So he can hide behind, the Democrat Party can hide behind the idea that they'll deport a, select few the right and legal way, the way for immigration hearings, but they never actually do that. They always end up doing exactly, what they claim Trump is doing or worse. Why was no one protesting and screaming at the top of their lungs when Obama deported over 3 million people and 80% of them didn't have an immigration hearing? Can anyone tell me? Can anyone tell me? Can anyone tell me? I don't think so. There was not a single mass protest against Obama's deportation policies. Not a single one. Not a single one. But slap that like and subscribe button. Trump is about to end his 8th war. It is fantastic. I can show you sources if you want for that last part that I talked about, how Obama deported over 3 million people and 80% of them did not get due process. If you guys have any questions or anything on the numbers you want to talk about, anything you want to say, you can drop some super chats. I'm fully open for that, guys. Should we continue with Trump's speech about, Benjamin Netanyahu and the Gaza peace plan, or do the radical Democrats not care about the Gaza peace plan? If you don't know what wars he's ended, then I think you're just a lost cause, to be honest. I don't think you're genuinely asking what wars he ended. You're just trying to scream at the top of your lungs that he didn't actually end any. I'll debate whoever wants to debate.
And a lot of people involved in this one. I also want to thank Prime Minister Netanyahu for agreeing to the plan and for trusting that if we work together, we can bring an end to the death and destruction.
I debate all the time. I already had one debate today.
Centuries, and begin a new chapter of security, peace, and prosperity for the entire region.
Guys, if anyone out there wants to debate about immigration, gun control, ICE, you want to talk about how you think Trump isn't giving due process, please come on the live stream. Give me at least an hour of your time and we can have a full-blown discussion about this. Oh, by the way, another thing that came up in the debates yesterday is some guy was saying that, McDonald's doesn't deserve, they shouldn't be making 20% profits or even 15%. Instead, they should be paying their employees $75,000 a year as a starter job that people will get when they're in high school. McDonald's is not, you can be a manager at McDonald's, sure. That can be something that you could do. That could be, a fulfilling thing for you, sure. I'm not here to speak poorly against McDonald's workers, but if you're a high schooler or if you're just a college student and you're working at McDonald's, there's no reason why you should be making $75,000 a year, $100,000 a year as a McDonald's employee. That's never going to happen. First off, you guys are just going to get replaced by AI. We have fully AI McDonald's already around the country, some in Texas that I've heard about. Fully AI. We have other fast foods that are fully AI. And the fact that some of these socialist radical Democrats think you should be able to buy a house and buy a car with a McDonald's salary, that's not what it was for. I mean, if you save your money aggressively, anything is possible. You can still do it. I'm not trying to say that you can't do it, but if you think you should be able to afford a house in a couple years, or you think you should get a $75,000, $85,000 a year salary for a starter job, that is absolutely insane to me. There's no way that you should be able to get that. That makes no sense to me. But there you go. There's a link for the Discord if anyone wants to, discuss, debate, anything you guys want to talk about. But smash that like and subscribe button. We're almost to 100 likes. You know, you get paid for the work you do. Working at an actual restaurant is a million times harder than working at McDonald's. I'm sorry, not sorry. I have friends that are restaurant owners that will tell you this very thing. But smash that like and subscribe button. Do we actually got anyone in here that thinks McDonald's workers should make $75,000 a year? Do we have anything? Do we have anyone that actually thinks that? I'm genuinely curious. What's up, Eric? How you doing, man? F no, fuck no. I 100% agree with you. Haha, no. Didn't think so. No, McDonald's sucks. Hard, yes, you're crazy. You're a socialist. You're a radical leftist. No. You feel rough, man? You're feeling sick again? Depends where you live, but you're right. $75,000 is rough living in a place like California. How are you feeling, Eric? Are you feeling better? If I was a McDonald's worker, why wouldn't I be advocating for this $75,000 a year salary? No one at McDonald's makes $75,000 a year. This was a debate. People think that you should be, able to buy a house, buy a brand new car, buy all this stuff while working at McDonald's. That is an entry-level starter job. Hello, Abel. Do I also advocate, if anyone's at McDonald's making $7 an hour, do I advocate for a raise? Absolutely. Rough 75K in the South, decent living. Sounds like people need to move. Yup, 100%. $75,000 a year in the South is good living. But in a place like Los Angeles where, rent is like $2 or $3 grand a month for a studio apartment, it's very rough. But smash that like and subscribe button. Let me know where you guys are coming from. If you guys have any comments or questions, I'm all up for it. Just drop some super chats. I just don't understand how some socialist Democrats can believe that a McDonald's worker should be making freaking $75,000 a year. People in California start at $20 for McDonald's. Yeah, I know, and that's nowhere near, $75,000 a year. Dude, rent in San Francisco is $4K a month. I know, man. Move somewhere else. Move out of San Francisco. Probably not the best place to be working at McDonald's. And what's up, Liquid? Electricians are a real job. Get a trade, do welding, do HVAC. That's all good work that you can get paid good, decent living wages doing. Telling people to move is impractical? No, it's not impractical. I've moved all around the country and all around the world, so I really don't know what to tell you. It is a real job. I never said it wasn't a real job. It's just not a viable career if you want to live a good quality of life. In my personal opinion, but if you have a passion for McDonald's, if it's something you like doing, absolutely do it. And if you are working at McDonald's and you're watching this, I 100%, give you props because at least you're working a job. That's very important. You're at least contributing to society. But if anyone wants to debate, there you go. There's a link. Should McDonald's close all their restaurants in California? No, but I guarantee you the first places to go fully AI with their McDonald's restaurants are going to be places with, high minimum wages for fast food workers. It only makes sense. Smash that like and subscribe button, guys. Eric, how are you feeling, man? Are you still watching? I shared the Discord link already. Do you want it again? There you go. How is Eric feeling, though? Is he feeling better? We have AI drive-through. There you go. Oh, man, that's sad to hear, man. I hope you feel better. Get some rest. Drink some water. Drink plenty of water. How can you go AI with food? I mean, it's pretty simple. Have some kind of machine or robot flipping the burgers in the back, When you go up to the drive-thru, they already have this in plenty of places. When you order your food, sometimes it's an AI robot. That is not a server link? Yes, it is, dude. That is a server link. Oh wait, oh crap, I accidentally didn't post the full thing. Okay, you're right, guys, you got me there. See how I admit when I'm wrong, but you know, some Democrats can't seem to do that. My apologies though, I'll fix it. Yes, Trump, man, the majority of America voted for Trump. I don't know what to tell you. There you go, there's your link. There's your link for the Discord. My apologies, fellas. Is this AI stream? No, it's not AI. We're not that advanced yet. Trump, hell yeah. Well, if you love this channel, you guys should join the membership. Smash that like and subscribe button if you have any questions, comments, anything you want to talk about. Drop some super chats. Scandinavia and nowhere in Europe is a better place to start a business. America is the best place in the world to start a business and become wealthy. Central Europe is better than Scandinavia, Central Europe is better than Scandinavia. No, Southern Europe sucks. Eastern Europe and Central Europe are the best places in Europe, but this is not it. UK is horrific. Don't even start there. Yeah, or go to my bio. The Discord link is there. But smash that. Well, then why did you leave Australia? Why are you in the US now all of a sudden? If Australia is a great place to start a business, then why aren't you excelling over in Australia? I just told you, US is better than Australia because we have less taxes. It's a better place to start a business. It's a bigger market. Why do you think the 500 biggest companies in the world come out of America? At least the majority of them come out of America. But smash that like and subscribe button. Well, if you left for Sweden, that probably means you love socialism or you love some aspects of socialism. Sweden is not completely socialist, but it does have a lot of social programs. It does not, if you're making $1 million a year, Sweden is not the place to live. Or if you want to make any kind of decent money whatsoever, Sweden is not the place to be. They tax the hell out of you just to give it to people that don't want to work. But if there's any socialists out there that want to debate, here you go. Hit that like and subscribe button. Join that Discord link. Gambling is a trap and a scam for, unfortunately, the poor people. You'd love to debate me? I just posted the link, didn't I? Join the Discord link. Smash that like and subscribe button. If you guys have any questions, comments, drop super chats. Let's hear it, fellas. Entrepreneurship is, it's a risk, but it's not the same as gambling. If you guys have any questions, comments, anything you want answered, drop a super chat. I'll reply to every single one of them. I've never once ignored a super chat in my entire history of YouTube. How do I feel about the government shutting down? That's actually a really good question, so I'm going to answer that one without a super chat. How I feel about the government shutting down is, the reason that we're shutting down is because we're trying to increase the budget, right? And the Republicans refuse to pass a new budget bill, which gives, illegal immigrants $1 trillion for health care. Why should we give illegal immigrants $1 trillion for health care when American citizens aren't even getting health care? How does that make any sense? How does that make any sense? Like, we're just going to give all our money back to the illegal immigrants? You guys were crying about raising you're saying that Trump's big beautiful bill was going to increase the deficit by $4 trillion. Not a single Democrat is crying about the $1 trillion raise of the deficit if this budget bill passes. Not a single damn person is crying about it. But yeah, it's insanity. The Democrats don't care about increasing the deficit or not. As long as it fits their narrative of, funding illegal immigration, they don't care. Smash the like and subscribe button. I'm not here to compare America to a million other countries. Like I can tell you statistically, America is the best place to build wealth, and there's no arguing with that. If you don't like America because of the healthcare system, okay, go live in Sweden. Next question. I don't believe, healthcare to all is, an actual thing that could happen with the way the United States is set up. I believe that we could get affordable healthcare for all. That is possible. But smash that like and subscribe button, fellas. If you guys want to talk about anything specifically, either drop a really good comment or drop a super chat. Those are answered 100% of the time. You're right, J Money. I should stop giving them free questions. I agree with that because I've already answered these questions several times. But some of them are alright. Some of them are alright. But we'll go back to this whole Netanyahu thing. Trump and Netanyahu they've came to an agreement. Let's see if we can find the video we were just watching about Trump and whatnot. Smash that like and subscribe button. Let's pull up that video.
Just say that my meetings and dialogue that we had.
Why don't you support Trump? That's an easier question
Saudi
to
Arabia as
go
an
to.
example. The king is a phenomenal person. The Emir of Qatar, he's an incredible people. UAE, and that's MBZ and ABZ. We're totally involved. These are the people that we've been dealing with and who've been actually very much involved in this negotiation, giving us ideas, things they can live with, things they can't live with. Pretty complex.
Did someone in the comments just say they hate doctors? What the hell?
I guess it's got to be a little complex. It would have been done a long time ago. The King of Jordan was with us, as you know, in the United Nations. The President of Turkey, President Erdogan, is a friend of mine, a strong man, but a good man. President of Indonesia, somebody who's an amazing leader. Prabowo, he is an amazing leader and respected by everybody. He was in the room with us. We were together with most of these people that I'm mentioning. Others were by phone or...
The bots are getting angry, J Money. The bots are angry.
The Prime Minister and the Field Marshal of Pakistan, they were with us right from the beginning. Incredible. In fact, they just put out a statement that they fully believe in this pact. It just came out just as I was walking around. They said, sir, you have a big notice from the Prime Minister of Pakistan and from the Field Marshal that they back this 100%. President El-Sisi of Egypt, who's terrific. And these are people I've gotten to know over the years. I mean, I would say it started around 2015 and then went into 2016 when the presidency officially began. But I've known him actually for a long time, and there are many cases really great men. I can't say in all cases, but I will tell you, in many cases, they're great men and some great women too. They tend to be mostly men, however, I will say that. But if accepted by Hamas, this proposal calls for the release of all remaining hostages immediately, but in no case more than 72 hours. So the hostages are coming back, and I hate even saying this from the standpoint...
J Money, you're right. They're all bots or NPCs. They didn't even pass the NPC or the bot question.
Bodies of the young men, I believe in almost all cases.
Any news out on Quantico or however it's spelled? I have no clue what you're talking about, to be honest. Is there something I'm missing? Is there something I'm missing, Lord Nero? Have you heard about the Gaza peace plan? I really doubt that Hamas will actually, agree to that whatsoever because they're radical Islamics, but we'll see, I guess. Guys, type cult if you're not a bot. This is a genuine question. If you're not a bot, hold on. Let me look it up. Oh, you're talking about the top military leaders meeting. Let's see. Let's look up what's happening right now, guys. That's definitely interesting. We'll see if we can find out some news. Aha! They are all Colt. Colt or Colt? The first one. We in this cult, boys. Smash that like and subscribe button. I was just checking. I knew some of you guys were not. What am I next for? What does that even mean? You completely misspelled that. Y'all in a cult and sick. Get help. Actually, no, I'm very healthy. I can run faster than you. Cult life, best life. I love my cult. The best thing about this cult is there's only 2 genders. Hello, Bunny. There's only 2 genders in this cult. Open your eyes, kid. The Democrats are right. We gotta cut off more kids' wieners and give them hormones for their transgender reassignment surgery. Open your eyes, kid. Open them. No, thank you, good sir. I'm not really interested in doing all of that. I like my MAGA cult, if that's what you want to call it. But a lot of these atheist Democrats will also call Christianity a cult. So if both of those things are cult, I'm happy being in cults. I appreciate you, Adam. Appreciate you. Should Snuffles drink tonight and sing karaoke? Yes or no? What would Trump say? Well, if you want to know what Trump would say, he would say no. But, I mean, you can be your own man at the end of the day. You don't have to follow everything Trump says. He's actually not your supreme dictator. I don't know if you knew this or not. What would I say? It's a Monday night. I would probably do it, but I'm also, crazy. But also, many people, we're not going to get into this whole discussion about alcohol, but as long as you drink responsible, I don't have a problem with it. Smash that like and subscribe button, guys. It is Monday. If you want to show your support, you can join the membership. You can drop some super chats for any questions or any comments. Okay, that's nice to hear, but there's only 2 genders. But if you wanna be what you wanna be, you can be whatever you want. I really don't care. At the end of the day, I believe in letting people do as they wish. But as far as stuff being pushed on kids, and as far as letting 11 and 12-year-olds cut off their wieners and take hormones, I don't support that. But smash that like and subscribe button. But a lot of my views are actually libertarian. And most people think the same. Thank you, Adam. Trans is fine. Just don't be delusional. Yeah, that comment is accurate. I'm not belittling anyone whatsoever. Unlike a lot of the Democrat streamers, I don't have a God complex. I don't think I know more than every single person out there. There's always someone that knows more than you, that's smarter than you, that can educate you, that can inform you, etc., etc., etc. But the Democrats seem to think they know more than a billionaire, and they think they know more about life than grown adults. It's funny how Democrats resort to insults. It very much is funny. What is happening with Ukraine right now? Well, first off, I was trying to go back to the subject of the military meeting, but we can check on Ukraine as well in a quick second or two. But let's see what's going on with this, Military meeting, what's going on right now? Have I seen anything? I'm not seeing any updates right now of anything with Quantico, however it's pronounced. I'm not seeing anything with that. But let's get to 120 likes, guys. How about that? Smash that like and subscribe button. Smash that like and subscribe button. That's how anatomy and biology works. I'm not far right, and I'm definitely not far left. But I will agree that I don't like anyone that's been radicalized. It's a dangerous situation. Trump is at least anti-war. That is very true. Trump has ended countless wars. Yeah, I know about intersex. Congratulations. Do you think you just taught me something? I'm very confused. Hell no, man. Hell no. Mr. Safety, whatever you want to call yourself, you must be like, 19, 20 years old or probably younger to actually be thinking that kind of crap. Well, intersex normally lean towards one gender or another, but that's a whole nother discussion. And those are rare abnormalities. Yes, I think Trump is a real Christian. He knows what persecution is like. The majority of Gen Z are not nuts, but okay. Here's a fun statistic. Most of Gen Z are now, conservatives, especially that are men that are my age. They're all conservatives. At least the majority of them. I think about, 28% of them lean to the radical left Democrat side. I don't think it's 1.7% of the population, but from what I've looked up statistically, it's like 0.017% or something. But even if it was 1.7%, yeah, that's extremely small. But smash that like and subscribe button, fellas. Trump isn't radical in any shape or form. Joe Biden and Barack Obama were more, can you do a hat flick for me? What the hell does that mean? I mean, that's just a simple math thing. But let's see if we can find anything about Quantico. Anything going on with that? I don't know if we can find anything going on with that at the moment. He's not that. He's never been criminally charged for that. Not even in a civil lawsuit has he been charged for that. So you have no idea what you're talking about, Jordan. You are radically deranged. You have Trump derangement syndrome. You just told everyone a second ago to take their Tylenol. Don't you know that women have been hospitalized for taking handfuls of that crap? There's a couple that are on life support for trying to defy Trump's advice. But I'm probably going to hop off stream and probably restart this in a couple minutes here or there. I'm just going to see if anyone wants to come on maybe. Let me check the Discord for a second. Does anyone want to come on and debate or have a discussion? Do we have anyone in the comment section that wants to come on and debate and have a discussion? I have no clue what that comment has to do with anything. Okay, we got a couple people in here. Let's ask the people in the Discord. Hello, everyone. Does anyone want to debate on stream? How about that? And all these people that were hospitalized were also pregnant women. He also never said that, but I would have to look up back to the facts because that was like 6 years ago. But I remember that being wrong. But yeah, let's restart the stream, get some more people in here. Give me maybe about 15 minutes to find some people to come on here and debate with. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Smash that like and subscribe button. It was the White House? I don't know about that either. But I'll be back with a lovely discussion, a debate. The guy that said McDonald's employees should be paid $75,000 a year? No, I don't think so. Yep. All right, guys, I'll be back on here. Give me 10 or 15 minutes. We'll get another live stream going. Hold on, fellas. Hold the door. Come back, hit that notification bell, come back to the stream. Short